Hey, so Leonard Hazelwood here, exercise physiologist from Adapt Movement Physiology. Just going to be going through a B-stance RDL today. What is a B-stance? B-stance is when we have one foot slightly in front of the other with the heel of the other foot elevated off the ground. So we're putting most of our weight through our front leg and therefore we're biasing more of the front leg. This leg's really only here for a little bit of balance assist, but we're trying to put most of the pressure or most of the weight through this leg, so this is being loaded predominantly. Great exercise if you're trying to incorporate more unilateral or single leg limb work into your program, particularly for a B-stance perspective as well. You may be using some more of those assisting muscles, so the synergist muscles such as the glute medius and the hip abductors when you're doing this exercise, because you have to stabilize yourself, of course. But like any Romanian deadlift, we're going to be strengthening particularly the glutes, a tiny bit hamstrings. I won't go into why that is, but mainly the glutes, so the hip extensors when we do this exercise, and also the posterior chain, so the thoracic spine a little bit as well. What we're going to do is we're going to have our B stance, so heel elevated of the back foot. I want my big toe in line with my heel of the other foot. Whichever foot is back is the same weight I have the weight in. I'm going to stand up nice and tall, soft knees to start with, hand on my hip to keep my hips square, and then from here I'm hinging at my hips and thrusting my hips back forward. What I want to make sure throughout this movement is that I'm keeping the weight through the front of my foot. All right. If I start putting my weight through the back of my foot, you'll see that my shin shifts back as well. I want to keep my shin forward so that the lever or the mechanical lever between the weight and my hips is longer, and so we produce more torque. So basically, long story short, keep the weight through the front of your foot rather than the back of your heel.